Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Crank, and this movie came out in 2006 starring Jason Statham, and it's a film by Neville Dean and Taylor, and the only movie I've seen from them working together is Gamer, and I haven't seen anything else aside from Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. I've seen that movie, but I never reviewed it. But apparently, at some point they split up and started doing their own things, and for the longest time I've only ever seen those movies, and I haven't seen the Crank movies. And after watching this movie, I wish that they were doing more stuff together, and I really wish that I was able to pick up on their style, and that's really what makes this movie work for me. And after watching this movie, I couldn't help but love it because it was just so entertaining. It was 80 minutes long, no filler at all, just lots of action, lots of things going on, and I love it. And the plot of the movie, it's Jason Statham, he's a hitman, and he didn't do a certain job because he wants to go away with his girlfriend and just leave all that stuff behind. And that's why he doesn't do the one hit, even though he was supposedly going to be paid $100,000, or maybe he was paid that up front, or what. I don't remember. But the point is, he doesn't do it, and the people who asked him to do that are very upset, and instead of killing them, they infect him with a Chinese drug or something. And what happens is after he wakes up, he has an hour to live, unless he can keep his heart pumping really quickly. And throughout the entire movie, he has to go on higher energy, and he keeps moving, keeps running fast. And at one point he tries cocaine, and that doesn't really do anything. And he has to be so creative to always stay at 100%, otherwise he's gonna die. And he's doing all this A, so he can go away with his girlfriend, and B, he wants to live. And at the same time, he's also trying to get revenge on the guy who did this to him. And it's so fun. The movie is never boring. And like I said, there's lots of personality in the film, and that is communicated through editing. And sometimes it'll go freeze frame, and it has this sound or whatever. In any other movie that would be really annoying, but in this movie it works because it's supposed to be crazy. It's supposed to keep you entertained, and it has a cartoonish tone to it, and nothing really makes any sense. And it's like watching a video game, but it embraces it and just goes full out and just does whatever it wants. And I love it. It doesn't hold back, and the soundtrack, it's just rock music, and that's perfect, what it needs to be. And without spoiling my thoughts on the second movie is even more of that. And that's really what these movies are. It's just a bunch of action, drugs, sex, and rock and roll, or whatever, rock music, whatever, and packed with action and really funny moments. And Jason Statham, he works perfectly in this role, and a lot of the acting is over the top and ridiculous, but I feel as though it fits in this movie. I really do. And the tone complements all of that, and I'm just always with it. Every decision that this movie makes, for the most part, I'm with it. And it's not really a film that I can watch and just shut my brain off, even though I easily could. You can shut your brain off while watching this movie and just enjoy it for being stupid, but it is so much more enjoyable if you have your brain turned on while watching it, because you can break down as to that doesn't make sense, or this is ridiculous, and you start to break down why it's ridiculous. But it doesn't hurt the movie at all. It weirdly works because the movie is self-aware and knows what it is, and because of that, it helps out my experience while watching it. And really, the only thing that kind of makes this movie a little worse for me is because I watched this and the second movie back to back, and because I did, it kind of like retrospectively makes this movie feel a little tame in comparison. Like the second movie is just even more of what I want. And that's not to say that I don't think this is an enjoyable movie in retrospect. I'm just saying that like the second movie does what this movie does just a little bit better for me, at least in my opinion. So ultimately, this movie is a lot of fun and the action never stops, and I will definitely be buying this movie on 4K when I get the chance. And I'm glad that there is a 4K Blu-ray for this movie. Sadly, when I tried to look it up, I didn't see a 4K release of the second movie, which I'm going to have to wait for. But in the meantime, this movie, love it. Definitely check it out. A lot of fun, and it's over the top. It's ridiculous. It's goofy. It's self-aware. It's a blast. So check it out. And it's almost an unspoilable movie. Like, you can talk about just about any scene in this movie and you wouldn't spoil the experience. Because that's really what you get out of the movie, is the experience. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Crank, the first one, a 7 out of 10. I know that might seem high for a lot of people for a movie that, like, if you really break it down, it's not, like, the best thing in the world ever, but, like, in terms of, like, what they're going for, I just feel like the movie knows what it is, and if it didn't know what it was, and it just had, like, a bunch of things happening for no reason and had no self-awareness to it, then this would be a funny bad movie. But I felt as though the movie knew what it was trying to be, and because of that, I think this is a really, really fun movie. So that's why it's a lot higher than if it was not self-aware in any way. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Crank, and my social media links. They will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Crank High Voltage. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.